Welcome, friends, to Atlas Narrator, your weekly journey into the heart of the world's most captivating places. Have you ever dreamed of strolling along cobbled streets with the scent of freshly baked pastries filling the air? Perhaps sipping a glass of exquisite wine in a sun-drenched vineyard, or marveling at centuries of art and architecture? If so, you've likely dreamt of France. And today, we're going to dive headfirst into the rich tapestry that makes up this incredible nation, the very essence of liberté, égalité, fraternité, liberty, equality, and fraternity. France, officially known as the French Republic, is primarily located in Western Europe, but its reach extends far beyond, with overseas regions and territories scattered across South America, the North Atlantic, Oceania, and the Indian Ocean. This global footprint gives it one of the largest discontiguous exclusive economic zones in the world, covering about 8% of all global EEZs. Often affectionately called l'Hexagone by its citizens, a nod to the distinct shape of its metropolitan area, France shares land borders with Belgium, Luxembourg, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Monaco, Andorra, and Spain, and even a maritime border with the United Kingdom via the English Channel. With a population estimated at over 68.6 million as of January 2025, France is the second most populous country in the European Union and the 20th worldwide. The history of France is a saga of transformation. Its story begins long before nation-states existed, with the oldest traces of archaic humans dating back 1.8 million years. The region was settled by Celtic tribes known as Gauls during the Iron Age, before Rome annexed the area in 51 BC, giving rise to a unique Gallo-Roman culture. Fast forward to the early Middle Ages, and we see the Franks, a Germanic tribe, forming the Kingdom of Francia, which became the heartland of the Carolingian Empire. The very name, France, comes from the Latin Francia, or realm of the Franks. It's even suggested that the meaning free in the English word franc is related to the Franks, perhaps because they were exempt from taxation after conquering Gaul, or simply had the status of freemen. The modern state of France truly began to take shape after the Treaty of Verdun in 843, which partitioned the Carolingian Empire, with West Francia evolving into the Kingdom of France. The High Middle Ages saw France as a powerful, yet somewhat decentralized feudal kingdom, leading to frequent tensions with England, particularly during the 100 Years' War. But heroes emerged from these challenging times, none more iconic than Joan of Arc, who led the French army to crucial victories, paving the way for eventual triumph. The 16th century brought the French Renaissance, a period of flourishing culture and the emergence of a colonial empire. However, it was also a time of internal strife, with the French wars of religion between Catholics and Huguenots. The monarchy reached its zenith in the 17th century under Louis XIV, the Sun King, who transformed France into the leading power in Europe, making French the language of diplomacy, science, and literature. Then came the seismic shift of the French Revolution in 1789, which famously overthrew the Ancien Regime and produced the Declaration of the Rights of Man, ideals that remain central to the nation's identity. This turbulent period led to the First French Republic. The early 19th century belonged to Napoleon Bonaparte, who, as emperor, expanded French influence across continental Europe, leaving behind a legacy like the Napoleonic Code and revolutionary ideals that spread far and wide. After his final defeat at Waterloo, France went through several governmental changes, eventually establishing the Third French Republic, a period of economic prosperity and cultural flourishing known as the Belle Époque. The 20th century saw France emerge victorious from World War I at immense human and economic cost, and then endure occupation during World War II before the establishment of the current Fifth Republic in 1958 under Charles de Gaulle. Post-war, France adopted a policy of national independence during the Cold War, becoming a nuclear power and fostering close ties with Germany, leading the development of the supranational European Union. Geographically, France is incredibly diverse. Its metropolitan area alone covers 551,500 square kilometers, making it the largest among European Union members. From the coastal plains in the north and west to the majestic Alps in the southeast, home to Mont Blanc, the highest peak in Western Europe at over 4,800 meters, the rolling hills of the Massif Central, and the rugged Pyrenees, France offers a stunning variety of landscapes. Its extensive river system includes major waterways like the Seine, Loire, Garonne, and Rhône. The country's varied topography contributes to its diverse climate. You'll find a humid, temperate climate in the north, with cool summers and mild winters, while the south boasts a Mediterranean climate with dry, hot summers and mild, rainy winters. And then there's the Mistral, a strong, dry wind that can sweep down the Rhône Valley to the Mediterranean coast, particularly in winter and spring, creating bright, clear skies. France is also a surprisingly green country, with forests accounting for 31% of its land area, and it's a leader in environmental efforts, being one of the first countries to create an environment ministry in 1971. Its heavy investment in nuclear power means 75% of its electricity is nuclear generated, resulting in significantly lower carbon dioxide emissions compared to many other developed nations. Now, let's talk about the French people. Historically, they are a mix of Celtic Gallic, Italic, and Germanic groups, but centuries of immigration have made it a truly multicultural society. France does not officially collect data on ethnicity, but estimates suggest significant minority groups of Italian, Northwest African, Sub-Saharan African, Armenian, and Turkish descent, among others. Immigration has been a major contributor to France's relatively high natural population growth compared to other European countries, though its fertility rate has been slowly declining recently. While the official language is French, the country recognizes many regional languages like Occitan, Breton, Catalan, and Alsatian, reflecting its rich regional diversity. The Académie Française fiercely guards the purity of the French language, often advocating for native terminology over foreign borrowings. In terms of lifestyle, France retains its centuries-long status as a global center of art, science, and philosophy. It boasts the fourth largest number of UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the world, a testament to its rich cultural heritage. From the Louvre, the world's most visited art museum, to the Musée d'Orsay and the Centre Georges Pompidou, France is a treasure trove for art lovers. French art history is incredible, giving birth to movements like Rococo and later Impressionism with masters like Claude Monet, and even Cubism, pioneered by Georges Braque and Pablo Picasso in Paris. Architecturally, France is a feast for the eyes. From the imposing fortified castles of the Middle Ages to the soaring Gothic cathedrals like Notre-Dame de Chartres and the iconic Saint-Denis Basilica, the very origin of Gothic architecture was known as French work. The Renaissance brought stunning châteaux in the Loire Valley, such as Chambord and Chenonceau. The Baroque era gifted us the magnificent Palace of Versailles, a symbol of royal grandeur. Later, the neoclassical style saw the creation of the Arc de Triomphe, and the 19th century brought the urban planning of Haussmann's renovation of Paris, still evident today. Modern architectural marvels include the Louvre Pyramid and the engineering wonder of the Millau Viaduct, the world's tallest bridge. French literature and philosophy have shaped global thought, from medieval tales to the Enlightenment's Voltaire and Rousseau and the 20th century's existentialists like Sartre and Camus. French writers like Victor Hugo, known for Les Miserables, and Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, author of The Little Prince, are celebrated worldwide. Music, too, has a golden age in France, thanks to Louis XIV's patronage, with composers like Jean-Baptiste Lully and Jean-Philippe Rameau. Later, Claude Debussy and Maurice Ravel became leading figures of Impressionist music, influencing countless others. French pop music, known as chanson française, remains incredibly popular, featuring legends like Edith Piaf and Charles Aznavour. And speaking of icons, France is the birthplace of cinema, with the Lumière brothers credited with its creation in 1895, and Alice Guy Blanchet as the world's first female filmmaker. The country continues to have a strong film industry, hosting the prestigious Cannes Film Festival. It's even managed to maintain a unique cultural exception policy that protects its culture, including film, from being treated merely as a commercial product. France is undeniably the global capital of fashion. Modern haute couture originated in Paris in the 1860s, and today, the city is home to renowned fashion houses like Chanel, Dior, and Givenchy. The French perfume industry is also a world leader, centered in Grasse. But perhaps nothing defines French culture quite like its cuisine. It's renowned for its incredible regional diversity, which means what you eat in the north will be different from the south. For example, butter and cream are common in the north, while olive oil reigns in the south. Each region boasts traditional specialties: cassoulet in the southwest, choucroute in Alsace, quiche in Lorraine, and beef bourguignon in Burgundy. France is most famous for its wines and cheeses, often named for their region of origin and protected by Appellation d'origine contrôlée (AOC) laws. You'll find exquisite wines from Burgundy and world-famous cheeses like Brie, Camembert, and the sharp blue Roquefort. And of course, the sparkling wine, champagne, is a symbol of luxury and celebration worldwide, strictly regulated by its region of origin. French meals typically follow a three-course structure: an entree or starter, a plat principal or main course, and then a cheese course or dessert. For breakfast, you'll often find baguettes and croissants served with coffee or tea. Lunch can be a relaxed affair, especially in smaller towns, and dinner often involves wine and fresh ingredients. The country is also known for its apéritifs, like pastis, and digestifs, such as cognac and armagnac. Don't forget iconic dishes like onion soup, the controversial yet prized foie gras, delicate frog legs, and the flavorful escargots, snails. Truffles, those incredibly aromatic and expensive fungi, are another French culinary delight. And for dessert, the classic crème brûlée is a must-try, along with various tarts and soufflés. The modern restaurant, in fact, has its very origins in French culture, transforming how people dine out. For those planning a visit, practical travel tips are key. While flying is an option, traveling by train, car, or bus is often the best way to explore. High-speed TGV trains are fantastic for city-to-city travel, but renting a car offers unmatched flexibility to discover smaller towns and scenic regions like the French Riviera or Provence. Just remember to factor in tolls and petrol if driving, and apps like Waze or Toller can help you navigate and estimate costs. If you're using public transport, city-specific apps like Paris's Metro app are invaluable, and Move It can help with multi-country navigation. A crucial tip: while English is spoken in tourist areas, a little effort with basic French phrases goes a long way and is greatly appreciated. Also, tipping is not customary in France, as service charges are already included in salaries, so be wary of potential tipping scams. Given France's popularity, getting skip-the-line tickets in advance for major attractions like the Eiffel Tower or the Louvre is highly recommended to save time and truly enjoy your visit. And for dining, try to make restaurant reservations ahead of time for popular spots. Whether you're exploring the charming medieval villages of Corsica, indulging in wine tasting in Bordeaux, hiking in the Alps, or simply soaking in the romantic ambiance of Paris, France truly offers something for everyone, all year round. That's all for today's journey into France. We hope you feel a little more connected to this beautiful country now. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, subscribe to Atlas Narrator for more global explorations, and leave a comment below telling us what your favorite part of France is or what country you'd like us to explore next. See you next time.